Hello, viewers. Welcome to Pinnacle TV. Tonight, we are looking at the political mandate of Dele Igbinedion. In the build up to 2024, there are so many political candidates that are gearing up to 2024. Everyone wants to clinch the ticket of becoming the Edo State governor. This evening, I am with a very high profile aspirant of one of the political parties. I will be on 101. He will be unveiling some of the plans he has for the Edo people. He is a former member, Edo State House of Assembly, a former board chairman, Edo Broadcasting Service, a human rights lawyer, and a governorship aspirant, Edo 2024, under the Labour Party. His Honorable Barrister Dele Igbinedion.
Igbinedion, that's
Yes,
right.
sir. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we begin. What is your vision for Edo people if you are elected as a governor of the state?
Well, thank you. Our vision, my vision, is encapsulated in what I would like to call our vision, a total vision of how to make Edo work for all, everyone, irrespective of who you are, your social status, your educational qualification, etc. What we have now is an Edo that is working only for a few, for a select few who are super connected, who have the resources, who have the connect, to be able to access, government, patronage. That's the people Edo is working for at this point, and that's not good enough. Our party, the Labour Party, on the platform of which I'm seeking to become governor, is a party that believes in equality, egalitarianism, social justice, and equality. What that means, not that everybody will become equal, but that equal opportunities will be given to all. So when equal opportunities are given, then you have the opportunity to decide which one you want to take advantage of. I give a good example. Right now, if someone is sick, it will be suicidal to go to the public health institutions like the hospitals. Because you go there, first of all, our hospital in Benin, the central hospital, has been demolished anyway, so there's no hospital to go to. But the private hospitals have not been demolished. So you find that the people who have the access to money, to connections, will just go to the private hospitals. Now, what about the people who don't have enough money, enough connections, enough, relationship with people in government? So where do they go? So what our vision is to ensure that both the rich and the poor have the opportunity. That is a social democratic model of governance. That is what Labour Party is all about. So our vision is to make Edo work for all, both in the health institution, in the educational sector, social amenities, etc. Make it work for all.
Talking about the making it work, the health and education, I would like to ask, how do you plan to deal with the state economic, including school funding, tax fairness, pension funding, and infrastructure, just like you rightly mentioned?
Well, first of all, the economy in the state will deal with itself. When we adopt certain clear principles, the beginning of it is to demonstrate two things. One, zero tolerance for corruption. Two, cutting down on the cost of governance. Right now, most of the revenue of the state does not go into infrastructure development. It doesn't go into social programs. It doesn't go into schools or hospitals. It doesn't go for payment of pensions. It goes into funding the extravagant life of a few government officials. And these people, they live fantabulously, while the rest of the people live, almost below the poverty line.
Are you sure of this?
And that's, look, Just watch the governor when he moves. Count the convoy of vehicles that go with him. Count how many security he carries along. Watch the deputy governor. Count the number of vehicles. Look at their aides. They live lavishly. All this money, where are they getting it from? I mean, are they business people? That is the problem. It's the problem not just of Edo State, but the general problem in Nigeria.
Right.
That people, once they are elected into government, expect that they would live fabulous lives. They would buy bulletproof vehicles. They would build extravagant homes. While the poor will hardly find food to eat. Now, my plan is this. First, stop this extravagance in government. Cut down the cost of governance. And mind you, ma'am, this idea is not original with me. It is the idea that I have imbibed from my mentor, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, who is the national leader of Labour Party. He said to us, if you are not corrupt, your family is not corrupt, you get, staff that is not corrupt. He said you have cut down on corruption by 50%. It's automatic. Because nobody is going to bring a project to you that is inflated. Because they know you are going to figure it out. So that's it. We will ensure that we cut down the cost of governance. We reduce corruption to its minimum, even if we cannot eradicate it totally. And, people actually copy. They learn by observation. If they see that the governor is corrupt, then they too will adopt the toga of corruption. But if they see that the governor lives in a certain way, for example, I'll give you two examples. There was a president of a country who was elected. He was elected, he had a Volkswagen Beetle car. Throughout his tenure as president, he lived in the house where he and his wife lived before he was elected. He used his car throughout the years as president. Are you following me? Now, Angela Merkel was recently, not too long ago, the Chancellor of Germany. Angela Merkel is a woman. She was asked once, Madam, this dress you are wearing is the same dress you wore 2 days ago to work. Why are you wearing the same dress? Don't you have other dresses to wear? And she replied, I'm not a model. I'm a government official. It is models that change clothes every day. Me, I'm a government official. I'm not here for you to look at my dressing. It is the policies that I'm doing you should focus on. But in our own country, have you watched how governors dress extravagantly? Do you see they wear state-of-the-art suits? All those things cost money. Where do you think they get the money from? From the people's money. So if we cut down all of that, show the people that the governor can actually just be like your neighbor next door. We'll have money to do all of these things.
Talking about extravagant living by government officials, someone out there may be watching and like, it's because you have not entered. That is why you are saying all this. If you are there, you will do the same thing. Are you sure that this thing you are telling us now is not just a mere talk, that by the time you get in there, it's going to be a different ballgame? Someone is watching your answer.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's not out of place for someone to think like that, for someone to be quote unquote suspicious, because there is a trust deficit between the governed and the people in Nigeria, and I can perfectly understand that. I don't even trust government officials anyway. I don't trust politicians, which is why I am not a politician. I mean, look, let's be realistic. This is the way I've always lived my life. It's not something I'm pretending to be. I've always been, at my age, and I don't want to say my level, because whatever I have is God-given. I don't have a driver. I drive myself. I don't have a driver. I don't have domestic staff.
I do intend to continue driving yourself.
I intend to continue driving myself to
become the governor of the state.
Yes, why not?
I don't even want to believe that.
Why not? What was it? Listen, look, the Prime Minister.
Not happening in Nigeria.
No, look, the Prime Minister of the Netherlands rides a bicycle to work.
That is Netherlands.
Look, that's why they are rich and we are poor.
Are we really poor?
We're poor because poverty of the mind. That's why we think that if you are a governor, and you are not riding a 300 million naira bulletproof vehicle, oh, you are not doing well. That's the mentality. You are not doing well. So you look at other governors and say, that one has this. Now, I'm not saying that I'm that I hate the good things of life.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the money does not change people, it only amplifies you. Money doesn't change you. If you are an avaricious person, but because you've never had money, you've been living a calm life, people will think you are a good person. So when you have money, now you become supremely avaricious. They say, the man has changed. No, he never changed. He was always avaricious, just that he didn't have the money to showcase it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have always been a simple person, and for goodness sake, I like the simplicity, that with which I live. Yes, I like good vehicles. I like, but not at the expense of the people. That's my point.
People.
If I have money of my own to buy an expensive vehicle, I can. If I was in the National Assembly, for example, and they gave me 160 million naira vehicle, when the last vehicle I've been using cost me 2 or 3 million naira, I will sell that vehicle, put 100 million in the fixed deposit account, and use 60 million for other things.
It says you're a businessman.
Listen, the point is, the fact that you are in the National Assembly now doesn't mean you are going to continue being in the National Assembly. There are people who go there for one term. So if you are using that 160 million naira vehicle for 3 or 4 years, what if you don't get re-elected? What happens to you?
From the way you talk now, you sounded like a businessman. So how do you plan to bring more businesses and industry to Adia State in order to grow jobs and increase the tax base?
Okay, let me make one point clear. The problem of Edo is not how to bring businesses in. The problem is how to grow the ones that we have. Because the current system is that we kill the ones that we have with taxation, bring others in, and almost give them zero taxation. If you visit any business in Edo, you find out that they are living on life support, economic life support, because local government taxes will come, probably 4. State government taxes will come, probably from 5 different. So at the end of the day, they are suffocating. Typical example. My mother has a palm oil mill. She's retired. She does a little bit of palm oil. So they get tax from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. They get personal income tax they have to pay from the Ministry, from the Internal Revenue Service. They get from the local government something called miscellaneous. Then they get from the local government health. They have to pay. Then the Ministry of Agriculture comes to them. How many have I counted now? 5.
Just from one business.
One business. And that's just the ones I can remember. So I had to take this up to say, look, you are killing these people out of business. Now, compare that to the palm oil companies that the state government said it attracted into Nigeria, into Edo. It gave them land, gave them government support to be able to work. Nobody is going there to disturb them. State government is not going there. Local government is not going there because they are foreigners. Then our own people have to pay all these taxes. So the way I would do it would be reverse technology, if you can call it that. Grow the ones that we have. Any of our people have the potential to become an international business person. Any small business has the potential to grow. Why can't we, for example, set up a microfinance bank, which I intend to do, to give loans to our farmers at very reduced interest rates? Why can't we do that?
You have this vision in place?
Yes, of course. We should establish an Edo Microfinance Bank. EMB, Edo Microfinance Bank. Why not? Akwa Ibom has an airline. Why can't we have an Edo airline? Edo Air. Why not? Why must we only be interested in building shopping malls? Why?
All right, you'll go on a quick break. When we return, we continue with political mandate with Dele Igbinedion.
conqueror, the champion, the lion is here.
Ewele, my people, time don't reach you. Make we go take the change the government for Edo State, Edo 2024. Edo 2024, the gubernatorial race for our dear state. It don't hear. As it don't hear finish like this, my brother and sisters, my people, good people of the state. I want just let you know, say the man where we go nominate, where we give him a mandate, where we go support. Now him they call Mr. Dele Igbinedion for gubernatorial race, Edo 2024.
All right, viewers, this has been Political Mandate with Dele Igbinedion, Part 1. Watch out for Part 2.